It's your boy, Mr. Mike 8308. Can't see him. Oh shit, I wanna know where he died.
It come in handy when you use your GPS on your phone.
Hold on, y'all. I'm back. Let me see. What am I finishing me?
I don't think it's keep your logged in.
All right, let's see. I'm full now. Oh, he tired. That's why his screen blur. See, Red Dead, you can literally. I don't think you have to sleep with Arthur. I think it'll affect his stamina or health core, probably his stamina core, but it's not gonna. You're not gonna see no gameplay changing type thing. Like this game, when he home, you'll hear his stomach growl and stuff, and then you can go a day without eating. But like the next day you don't eat nothing, he will pass out, and he'll wake up somewhere else, depending on if you have a certain perk. Let's see. Who that dude in there sleeping? Yeah, I went on decided to start a new game on here because some of the quests for my main saver was just not let me complete stuff. So they still got some work to do. Hope they ain't kick the game to the curb because I ain't seen no updates for it since they did the what was the last update they did? I think the last update they did was fix some of the DLC stuff. I'm gonna make a save here. Yeah, I'm gonna make a save here. And I think it's this save. Might have to delete something to say I got too many fucking saves. I don't want to accidentally delete on my main save. Yeah, they failed to make a survival game. Fallout 76. I think out of all my friends, I only got 3 friends to play that game. I'm not calling them dumb or nothing like that for buying the game. I mean, you buy what you know, whatever you want with your money. Or I just look at it like that. They're fans of the Fallout, and Bethesda just fuck them like that. I'm a fan of Fallout, and just when I saw all the shit that was going on with the game, I just backed away. Sad though. I really want to play that Fallout 76, but only way I play that game if it become free to play or it become $10 or $15 damn dollars. I'm not gonna pay 20 or more for that game. It's not worth it. I might pay 20 for it. Well, this coffee pot do work. I mean coffee warmer. I mean cup warmer. Now see they made improvements to the rain. The rain looks so much better. It looked like arrows falling out the sky back then.
Yes.
It is I. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you.
If any of you guys beat this game, do Henry ever settle down and get his own place and settle down with a girl? Hopefully Bianca. I mean, nah, she died, right? What's the other girl? Or he can get with her, Stephanie.
Could do with a little wine. It's just
I like games that do that. Let the main character get a break, settle down with someone like they did with like Naughty Dog did with Uncharted and CD Projekt Red did with The Witcher 3.
To tell you the truth, I couldn't see either.
For the Blood and Wine DLC allowed girl to settle down with either Trish or Yennefer, depending on who you chose. I like that. I go back every time and check on. You know they say the same shit over and over. I wish they would have gave them more dialogues or even let you do other things with them. You still have to rely on the brothel though. It's stupid how they got it set up.
Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you.
That's why I can't wait for CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077. I know they go beyond with the romance in that game.
God knows you've been through a terrible.
But they the ones that only doing this romance stuff better. You got games like Watch Dogs fell in the door.
Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, pain will ease in time.
Even with John, there's no romance option with that. There's no going to town with
If you feel like it.
she don't bathe you or stuff. You still gotta go to bath house and get bathed by other women instead of your wife, which I don't understand what the fuck Rockstar was thinking. He got a bath inside John's house, but there's no bath option. He can't talk to Abigail and ask to be bathed from her, his own fucking wife. So I don't understand. Rockstar just don't know shit about romance. They ain't got a romantic bone in their fucking body. They can learn from CD Projekt Red. Let's see here. I just can't talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell the story. Now, there's one dialogue. I remember on my other 2 playthroughs, I always picked his father. I think at the end. So let's go for this. You always want to pick the crowns, though. Oh, that's cool.
Just like any other. Father sent me into town as a nurse.
I always pick this one. So this is over hers.
A fellow by the name of Kunnish owed money to Father and sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunnish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens.
You'll succeed every time on this.
Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
I don't pick any of the other options. I always go for that. See, they pretty much match. I'm supposed to have a 6, but I forgot to I might fail.
Father's word and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in
Because I was supposed to put on his PJs. No, they went up.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
This dialogue is good. But I always say this.
Pennants flapped in the wind.
Because he tell it like a gentleman. I think that's what that option is. That's a gentleman option.
Awful.
See how you success on every one. Now on this one I'm gonna say I saw them kill my girl. Cause I always say his mother and father.
I saw a group of humans chasing down my Bianca, murdering her for sport. There was nothing I could do to help her.
You mustn't blame yourself. She's with the Lord now.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Townborough and warn you.
That sounds kind of evil. He didn't mention his parents.
I wasn't safe then. The humans were going from house to house below the castles, looting and then torturing them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuban savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Razik's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
It's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride.
You see how they threw this in this game? They say this was a secret hint out to all the greedy ass devs. That's why I put that in this title.
And my husband either.
They're talking about greed and stuff. That's a hint to all EA, Activision, Ubisoft, Take-Two, all you greedy motherfuckers.
I was young when I met
That's nice they put that in the game. Because they're not pulling that shit. They could have put microtransactions in this game.
But a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after
Let's just hope CD Projekt Red live up to the potential. They kept saying that they leave greed to others. Let's just hope we don't have microtransactions in Cyberpunk 2077.
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek.
And knowing their history, what they did with The Witcher 3, their generosity they did with The Witcher 3, they might give us free DLCs, mini DLCs, and the soundtrack for the game.
Even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison.
I know I'm talking on Dala over her Dala, but that's why I put subtitles.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Division.
Now, hands down, Red Dead Redemption 2 has the best rain. Like, that rain is amazing. How you see it dripping off buildings and stuff like that.
But it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my husband to rot in jail.
Like, they lighting system, the shadows, the god rays. I mean, all this shit is amazing.
That's how long it took before Havel was condemned.
Like, I'd be on Red Dead Online right about now if it wasn't for the griefing. The griefing is what kills it for me. It ain't necessary. I don't mind doing the same shit over and over. I can do gang hideouts all fucking day. But it's not fun doing it when a motherfucker just can come up and shoot you in the back for no fucking reason.
7 years. Was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me.
I don't know, y'all leave comments and let me know what y'all think about Red Dead Online.
Certainly. Only
I got 3 friends on it, and all 3 of them in story mode. They started over because they in chapter 2. 2 of them in chapter 3, 1 of them in chapter 2.
He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. Now, we're here.
Lady, you're still young. Beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true.
It
But
is.
what am I
You're
doing
beautiful.
bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
I do go criticize me because I went to bed with them boots on. I'm supposed to went to bed with his
I enjoyed
PJs
our
on.
little talk, Henry.
But I don't like the outcome because it's gonna make it will backfire on you and stuff. These dialogues that have like the swords, the other stuff like that. Those dialogues matter. Those matter dialogues, and they'll remember me as putting his girlfriend over his parents in this dialogue. So I'm gonna go back and load and pick a different option. I'll let y'all see it from a different point of view. That's why you're having that dream now. But I think I skipped that though. I'm gonna skip that. It's just having a dream about the
Wake up.
shit.
You don't want to miss this.
What's happening?
Come to the battlements.
All right, skip this too. I'm ready to go back and reload. Cause I don't want everybody thinking that he cared more about Bianca than his own parents. I don't need that. Let's see, playline. I got that hardcore save. I forgot about this. I think this is manual saves. Wait, no. No, I would say. Yeah, I think this is it, if I recall. The goals are your saves. You know, manual saves. The grays are auto saves. I think save and quit is a different color too. But yeah, I don't want to make it look like he care more about that girl than his. Wait, where I'm at? Oh no. Wait, what? Where am I? Look at the quest log. Yeah, okay, no, that's not the save. It gotta be this one then, no, cause that's Skelix. I did a save. Could be this one. No, that still says Skelix too. But we in this town, so it gotta be this save. Or it could be that. It could be that's Skelix. Yeah, cause I hear my heart beating. Yeah, that's the one. You gotta go downstairs and eat.
You've done well. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsman who moved to the countryside to take horses. I can't understand why he wasted his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons.
Alright, skip this part.
day the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled.
Shit. Could have sent us out.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't see either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace. To let you know you're not alone.
It's crazy. People moved on to different games and moved back to their old games.
You're welcome.
Once I just fucked up Red Dead Online.
Henry.
That greed is gonna ruin them. See what's going on with Apple with them being greedy, charging all that much money for the recent iPhones.
Except getting better. God knows you've
Like
been
their shares
through a
are down.
terrible ordeal.
I think EA, Take-Two, Activision, Ubisoft, even Sony and Microsoft, their shares are down. I don't think Sony and Microsoft is suffering as much as the publishers.
It can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Let's go. When people buy a Sony product, they mostly buying PlayStation product. They're not buying Sony TVs and Blu-ray players and any other thing that Sony make probably. I'm pretty sure their biggest revenue is the PlayStation 4.
You might be right, Billy. I'll tell you what. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other.
Same goes for
Father sent me into town.
Microsoft. Except it's vice versa with Microsoft. They buying Microsoft software and stuff like that. They're not buying the Xbox Ones. Let's see, we still want to say
A fellow
this.
brother named Kunna showed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunnish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved. But Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
See that now, see my what you call it up more.
Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Scalis.
And we'll say this.
Father told him to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, knights in full armour, saw Father and charged at him, cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I wasn't safe there. The humans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torturing. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard
That's a success.
It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuban savages who planned to violate her. I had Sirazik's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors we went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
Some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
All they have to do is lean on some solid stake.
You might be right. The sure Sigismund ain't no fool.
Prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivis sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
May the Lord watch over you. Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions! Who else, Robert?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense, and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir...
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Valdic.
I see you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out! Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way right there now.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
What is it you need?
The key. Will you keep watch of the battlements, my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Good luck to you.
God be with you.
What do you think about the Skalitz fight?
It's a hell of a thing. First, everyone is shitting themselves that Sigismund is coming, and then it turns out like this. Praise the Lord they got out of the siege. Skalitz Castle is well fortified, all right, but I hear Sigismund's army is huge, and facing him is suicide. Sir Radzig did the right thing. I'm sorry you didn't...
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard.
Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. You may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scallis and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Where did these humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg? Well, I'm just...
I suppose because it has a strategic position and good fortifications, so it can be used as a base for raids, giving you control of the whole territory and good defences too, if you need them.
Not at all. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him.
Gained immense. I think I'm gonna end this podcast.